Hello everyone, and welcome to Can I Beat Pokemon Sword with only Skwovet? I transferred a Skwovet from Pokemon Home. His name is Chip. He's quiet in nature, so more special attack and less speed. That's pretty bad for a slow physical attacker. We had the Cheek Pouch ability, so swallowing a berry heals Chip by an additional 1/3 of his HP plus whatever the effect of the berry was. We reached top at level 9. Wooloo was a 2-hit KO with Bite, but Scorbunny was proving to be more bulky. However, after doing big damage with Ember, Scorbunny proceeded to spam Growl until the final move before it went down, and last was Rookity, who acted just like Scorbunny. It used Peck first turn and then spammed Leer until it went down. That was weird. Anyway, we get our Dive Expand and it's off to the wall area and then Motostoke to attend the opening ceremony. Following the ceremony is a battle with Hop. After taking some damage from Wooloo, we activated Stuffed Cheeks, which gives Chip a +2 in defense and activates our berry. This also activates Cheek Pouch, so we were back to full health. We got Hop to use his potion on Wooloo, but then we got a crit. Scorbunny could not do much damage thanks to our high defense, but the Growls were annoying. Chip was at half health when Scorbunny went down. Against Rookity, we went for 2 Tail Whips, but it was still a 4-hit KO. We now have to battle Beat and got our mind. We had replaced Bite with Payback. We went for Tail Whip first turn, and while Solosis did good damage, it was a 1-hit KO. Gothita activated our Orb Berry and Cheek Pouch, but it went for Tickle next turn, so it was a 2-hit KO. Last is Hatenna. Hatenna left us at 10 HP after 2 confusions, but it went down to 2 paybacks. The first gym is next. For the battle, I had Chip learn Body Slam and Stockpile. We started the battle by setting up our 3 stockpiles. Gosler had activated our berry, but it was a 2-hit KO with Body Slam. Against Eldegoss, we went for 2 max strikes and a max guard, so we were both in green health after exiting Dynamax. 3 more Body Slams win us our first badge. We now had the battle Hop, and this battle was a little challenging. Corvisquire can pluck our berry, and Reboot has double kick. With Chip at level 24, Wooloo was a 2-hit KO with Body Slam. Corvisquire, as expected, plucked our berry, but it was also a 2-hit KO. Last is Reboot. Flame Charge had left us at 9 HP, but 3 Body Slams take out Reboot. The second gym is next, and I don't know if I should call this lucky or unlucky. Goldeen got Chip to almost half health, but went down to 2 Seed Bombs. Arcuda got a crit and a flinch the following turn, but also took 2 hits. Last is Dreadnought, who also got a crit, but went down to 2 max auto rolls. Next up is Bead and got my number 2, but we had picked up Crunch from a Watch Trader, so Bead was an easy sweep. Next is a battle with Marnie, Beck, and Motostoke, but we were not ready. I decided to use this time to raise Chip's attack stat, which eventually gave us this run. Krogan went down to 1 Body Slam. Scraggy never got a flinch with Headbutt, so it went down to 2 Body Slams and last is Morpeko. Bite activated our berry and flinched us, but Morpeko only took 2 Body Slams. The third gym is next. For Kabu, the issue was not our attack stat. The issue was outliving the burn. I decided to use Facade to battle Kabu, since its attack power is increased by a burn rather than reduced. So I went back to round 1 to raise Chip's HP by grinding on Wooloo's and Skwovet's. However, the secret to our success was the Lychee Berry. A Lychee Berry gives a Pokemon a +1 in attack, and it usually doesn't activate until the Pokemon is at like 1/4 HP. However, we had Stuffed Cheeks, which activates our berry and raises our defense. Ninetales was a one-shot with Facade. Arcanite's Intimidate neutralizes our attack boost, but that was the point. Arcanite took 2 Facades, so we were below half health for Scorch. We went for 2 max strikes and a max guard, which allowed us to outspeed Scorch and finish it off with Facade. We can now go to Stone Side, where we have a battle with Hop. Permanent outspeeding was a pain, as well as Gold Missile doing about the same amount of damage as Dive. Permanent took 2 body slams, but at least top weighted his super potion. Silicobra did big damage with Dig, and activated our Citrus Berry, but it used Brutal Swing next turn, so it went down to 2 Seed Bombs. Toxel was a one-shot, and Last was removed. We went for Round and Agility, so it went down to 2 body slams. Now it's time for the real nightmare of this run, Beat. We used the Lychee Berry to set up, but him on top and Pagoro were still 2 KOs with body slam. We ended up grinding so hard, we maxed out Chip's attack stat. As a result, after consuming our Lychee Berry, him on top was a one-shot. Pagoro survived on 1 HP, but got paralyzed, so it went down next turn. Surfetch went for Sword Stance, but thankfully he was also paralyzed. It goes down to 2 body slams. Last is Machamp. G-Max T-Strike didn't do that much damage, as our Max Strike takes Machamp to a quarter health. We then use Max Guard, since Machamp's next attack would have a higher crit chance, thanks to G-Max T-Strike. We take on Machamp on our last turn of Nymax. We now have to battle Beat outside the gym, but his team was still an easy sweep of Crunch. The 5th gym is next. Weezing had poisoned us first turn, but we had a Pecha Berry. 2 body slams take out Weezing. Mawil's Intimidate and Iron Defense made it take 3 digs to take out. Togekiss' Air Slash did good damage, as we took Togekiss to a sliver health with Belch. We were at 5 HP when Togekiss went down. Last is Alcremie, who goes down to max strength. We're now back in Hammerlocke, where we have Battle with Hawk. Trevenant outspeeds and confuses us, so we end up hitting ourselves before one-shotting Trevenant. Cinderace only used Agility, so it was a one-shot with Dig. Snorlax activated our Berry, but was a 2 KO. Last was Heatmore and Boltund, who were both one-shots with Dig. The 6th gym is next. Barbarical did good damage with Razor Shell, but then it went for a Shell Smash, making it an easy one-shot. Against Shuckle, we set up our stockpiles, while Shuckle lowered our speed with Rock Tomb. Shuckle did get a crit, which activated our Berry, but Shuckle goes down to 4 hits. Sojourner was a one-shot, and last was Colossal, who went down to max Quake. Next up is another battle with Hop, and Double is immediately a pain because it has Growl. After some grinding, we got this run. Body Slam took Double to half health, but the next turn we went for Stockpile, because Takedown's Recoil and Hail put Double in potion range. Hail then activated our Berry, but we were at 2 stockpiles, so we took out Double with 2 body slams. Cinderace was next, and we tanked Fireball like it was nothing. Dig one-shot Cinderace. Snorlax took 2 hits, and Corviknight took 3 hits. Corviknight only hitting us once, and last is Percurchin, who survived to Dig on a sliver, so it goes down to 1 more attack. We can now go down round 9, into our next battle with Marnie. Liepard went down to 1 body slam. We had a Chople Berry to reduce Scrafty's Brick Break, as it went down to 2 body slams. Last is Toxicroak and Morpeko, who were both one-shots with Dig. The 7th gym is next, and this was unexpectedly hard. Neutralizing Scrafty's Intimidate was easy, but the issue was Sand Attack. If Chip gets too many accuracy drops, he was a sitting duck for Obstagoon. And speaking of Obstagoon, Obstruct was a nightmare to deal with. I tried teaching Chip the strongest special move it could learn to render Obstruct useless, but that move is Hyper Voice. Obstagoon has Throat Chop, which can disable Hyper Voice. At level 81, Chip will start disobeying, so I decided to visit the Isle of Armor, where I got the Serious Mitt. The Mitt gave Chip 7 more speed points, but we were still slower. Here's how Pierce eventually went. For the first time ever, I picked up the Tia for Mud Shot. We start the battle by neutralizing Scrafty's Intimidate before one-shotting it. We did get hit with a single Sand Attack though. For Obstagoon, I used Mud Shot for when I thought Obstagoon would use Obstruct, and then Body Slam the turn after. 2 Body Slams took out Obstagoon. Malmber was a one-shot and lost his Skuntank. Skuntank went for Toxic, as we took it to half health with Mud Shot. We then finished off Skuntank with Facade. Last is the 8th gym. Both Flygon and Gigalith were big threats. Flygon having Breaking Swipe, and Gigalith having Body Press. On the first turn, Flygon unfortunately used Breaking Swipe, but then we take Flygon to yellow health with Body Slam and get the paralysis. However, Gigalith did do big damage with Body Press, and we were down 100 HP after just one turn. Flygon's paralysis allowed Chip to outspeed and dodge everyone's attack while being underground. Dig took Gigalith to half health, but then Flygon activated our berry. We finished off Gigalith first, before taking out Flygon and doing big damage to Sandaconda with Hyper Voice. Out comes Duraludon. Duraludon takes us to red health with Max Knuckle, but goes down to a crit Max Quake. Sandaconda then did the match by going for Fire Fang instead of its stronger Earth power, before going down to Max Overgrowth. We cannot go to win it for the semifinals, but Marty and Hop were both easy first try victories. Next up is Rose Tower, where we battle Oleana. I had Chip hold a Rossberry to neutralize Frostlass's Ruleless as we take off Frostlass with Crunch. My Light took one Seed Bomb, and Salazzle had poisoned us but went down to one dig. Serena took 2 Body Slams, so we were at red health going into Garbodor. G-Max Malador left Chip at 60 HP, but Max Quake one-shots Garbodor. We can now start the finals, but first is the battle of Bead. Mama went down to dig, but then Gardevoir survived Body Slam and got the paralysis. Gardevoir has synchronized, so now Chip is paralyzed. One more hit takes out Gardevoir. Rapidash activated our berry, but went down to 2 Body Slams. Last is Hyperine, who went down to 2 Max Strikes. Next up is Nessa. Body Slam immediately activates Gleespot's emergency exit, and out comes Seeking, who was a one-shot with Seed Bomb. Gleespot was back, and went down to Body Slam. Barracuda was a one-shot, and Pelipper took 3 hits, because Nessa used her full restore. Pelipper did activate our berry though, and last is Dreadnought, who went down to Max Overgrowth. Next is B, and we got lucky, because Hawlucha missed its high jump kick, which damaged itself so much that it went down that turn. Phalanx only used setup moves, so it went down to 2 Body Slams. Body Slam took Grapplock to low health, as Grapplock hit us with Submission. It went down to recoil damage. Sirfetch's Brick Break took Chip to red health, which activated our Sonic Berry and Cheek Pouch. Body Slam forced B to use her full restore, but we now outsped, so Sirfetch goes down to 2 more Body Slams. Last is Machamp. We outspeed and take out with 2 Max Strikes. Last is Rhyhorn. This took some luck because Torkoal required 2 digs to go down, and we needed a run where Torkoal never hit us with Yawn. Then, we would need the sun to go away as we were underground against Turtonator. That way, we could survive Shell Trap. I lost a lot of attempts to Shell Trap. Goodra survived a Body Slam of 1 HP. It took Chip to half health with Surf. It went down next turn, and out comes Flygon, who was a one-shot with Body Slam. Last was Duraludon, who was a 2 KO with Max Quake. We now have to go out Chum and Rose, and this battle was a little bit of an issue. Escavalier was Steel and Bug, so Dig was neutral. At level 95, Escavalier used Swords Dance twice in a row, so it went down to 2 digs. Ferrothorn only used Curse, which was lucky since it was a 4 KO. Iron Barbs had taken us to almost half HP though. Klinklik activated our berry before going down to dig. Berserker also took 1 hit, and last is Caparaja, who went down to Max Quake. It's time for Eternatus, who went down to 2 digs. For Eternax Eternatus, Chip proved his bull by taking 2 Max Warm Winds, as Zacian and Zamanenta did most of the damage to Eternatus. Finally, it's time for Leon, and it started out hopeful as Aegislash outsped, so we were able to one-shot it. Haxorus did big damage, but if we could paralyze it with Body Slam, then it would only hit us once. Rhyperior, despite being weak to grass, survived Seed Bomb, but that is only where the issue starts. Rillaboom survives Body Slam, and 90% of the time lowers our health with Endeavor. Dragapult using special moves hits decently hard, so by the time we get the Charizard, we don't have enough health to tank the hits. I tried multiple berries, but Select Berry only let me outspeed Rillaboom, not Dragapult or Charizard. and Lychee Berry didn't go far because it required us needing more health. I then decided to go to the Olive Armor to rework Chip's stats. I kept the max attack and split the rest between HP and speed. I only put a little in speed because we needed to outspeed Rhyperior but be slower than Aegislash. However, this did not help our situation. Rillaboom's Endeavor is just too much of a run killer, so I decided to call it here. No, I cannot beat Pokemon Sword with only Skwovet with no items in battle. But I won't end the video here. Let's see if I can beat Leon with healing items. My Gossip early run could not beat Leon with items, so this is worth checking. As usual, we one-shot Aegislash with Dig. 2 outrages from Haxorus put us in red health, activating our Lychee Berry and Cheek Pouch. Haxorus went down to 2 Body Slams. Rhyperior was a one-shot, and during Rillaboom, we healed Chip to full since Rillaboom was just going to use Endeavor. Rillaboom hit us with high horsepower before going down. Dracula did 70 HP damage with Flamethrower before going down and last his Charizard. Max Overgrowth leaves Chip on only 6 HP as Max Strike one-shot Charizard. We did not beat Pokemon Sword with the only Skwovet with no items in battle. I could have probably won if Leon had a different starter. I actually have answers to Cinderace and Inteleon. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.